Alabama and Michigan have byes in the final rotation.
Christy's very strong on this event, and most important, she is so clean in the air and on the landing. That was just beautiful.
And the score for Suzanne Sayers coming down now, a 9.70.
Watch this in the air. This is just gorgeous. Beautiful pike, opens, spots the ground, and oh, great landing.
Christy Litchie, that's what you expect from your seniors. And the Georgia Gym Dogs are getting just that. The score for her, a 9.925, a very impressive performance. And we will have more of the 2001 Super 6 Challenge after this. To the 2001 Super 6 Challenge from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. A great competition thus far. A lot of stiff competition, I should say, because it's so close. As we move on to the floor exercise, Lise Levi of Stanford getting some last-minute instruction. What can you tell her at this point that she doesn't already know, or what can you tell her to brush up on that she's just about to perform?
Especially this gymnast, very experienced. In fact, just competed in the Sydney Olympic Games for Canada. In a very emotional team effort. They finished 9th, just one spot away from their dream goal of 8th, but they were thrilled with the 9th place finish.
She is from Burnaby, British Columbia. She's a freshman. So the pressure of the Olympics, the pressure of the Super 6, all in 1 year.
Very nice routine, and they need a big score. The last couple floor routines for Stanford been a little bit lower than they wanted.
And over the uneven bars, this is Gabby Fuchs from Florida, 5'1" senior out of Middlesex, Great Lakes.
According to their coach, this is the strongest team that she's had in the last 4 or 5 years. Hoping to get back into nationals, qualify this year. Said most important, we don't really have any weaknesses this year. All the events are pretty even. Double layout dismount.
Nice. From Great Britain to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Gabby Fuchs from the University of Florida, very happy with the routine on the uneven bars.
Nice high release move over the bar. Could have taken that a little bit higher, trying to work it up to a handstand. One of the best parts of the routine was the double layout dismount. It sure brought her teammates to their feet.
Nice way to end the rotation for the University of Florida. Lise Levi score a 9.850 on her floor routine. She replenishes the liquids. And now you see the score for Gabby Fuchs. Stanford now moves on to the vault. And we'll be back with more. The 2001 Super 6 Challenge right here on ESPN after this short break. Stay with us. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, on the campus of Alabama. And unfortunately, those are some of the gymnast fathers. We won't mention their names out of embarrassment. But here's the rotation standings thus far after 3. It's Georgia and Alabama, followed by Stanford, Michigan, Florida, and Penn State. And I got to give Kathy a pop because that is exactly what you say it would go down like. Still more gymnastics still to go, but that's what you predicted, and so far it's holding true. And moments ago, before we got started, Kathy talked to Mark Cook, Stanford's head coach.
Came in, for the most part, they were close to making Olympic trials or this or that, and they just didn't quite make it, and they were all, like several of the girls, 3 of the girls were trying for the Olympic team, and they were just on the bubble and didn't quite, you know, realize that goal. And I think that they've reaffirmed themselves, okay, in college I'm going to keep pushing to, you know, to achieve some stuff, and I think that it's really motivated them more to come and prove something to themselves and have a great time at it. So they came to Stanford really motivated and very excited, very, very happy, and so it's been a very easy transition for them, other than a little bit of homesickness.
That's Mark talking about his freshman team coming in, and they are really doing an outstanding job here.
Well,
I'm very impressed with the team.
Yeah, you talked about it earlier, how important it was for them to step up, and they have certainly done that on a huge arena. You know, for an opening event, it doesn't get much better or bigger than the Super 6 here in Tuscaloosa. However, it is senior leadership, and you don't want to leave home without them. As we move over to the vault, Mark Cook getting set, and one of the best seniors on his team. In fact, only one of the only seniors on his team, Jennifer Exaltacion from Ontario, Canada, set to make her one and only pass on the vault. A very diminutive 4'10", but she is extremely powerful, extremely experienced.
A very technically good gymnast, too. Very pretty to watch. She's competed very well so far in this competition. Vault is no exception.
Wow.
Piked front. Very nice position in the air. Very elegant.
Well, you know he's happy with his freshman, but you hate to lose a senior, and this is her last year. And she goes out with a beautiful performance right here on the vault.
This vault is worth a 9.9 in the code of points, so if done absolutely perfectly, that's the highest it could score, and she did it very well. There'll be a little deduction for the landing, a little bent knees, that's all, though.
Send the senior out first and hope the freshmen follow. And what a great senior to have to start things off for Stanford on the vault. Her vault score a 9.70, so there was a deduction on that landing, but a solid score for her as we move on.
Other handspring pike front, a stuck landing, but she was a little bit lower and had to bend her knees too soon to make the landing.
That was Alyssa Cooper, the 5'5" sophomore out of Silver Springs, Maryland. It's tough to follow the senior with that great score that she had, but again, a nice vault.
The only thing that holds this team back, they need a little more in every single event and try and increase the difficulty on their vaults. All the teams are trying to get those 10-0 vaults, and ideally all 6 gymnasts competing 10-0 vaults.